two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 will probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Tributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentors to teach you how to do this thing the smart way.
Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather was reportedly taken aback after witnessing Gervonta Tank Davis's noticeably bulked up physique ahead of his highly anticipated clash with Jake Paul. Known for his explosive power and compact build, Davis now appears significantly bigger and more muscular, a transformation that sparked major buzz among fans and boxing analysts alike. Mayweather, who guided Tank early in his career, didn't hide his surprise at the fighter's new look. He hinted that the added size could become a game-changing weapon or possibly a double-edged sword that might impact Davis's trademark speed and endurance in the ring.
You can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Gervonta Davis is set to step into the ring with Jake Paul for an exhibition match scheduled for November 14th in Miami. What's surprising many fans and analysts is the major weight and size gap between the two. Davis, who's made his mark in the lighter divisions, will be facing a much larger opponent this time. Jake Paul, who usually fights around 190 to 195 pounds, enters the bout with a clear advantage in both height and reach, making this matchup as intriguing as it is risky for Davis.
They're always training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How is this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, just a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your and I'm gonna beat Jaden Love it. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. You know, he laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him.
Despite the flashy promotion and entertainment-driven hype, insiders insist that Gervonta Davis is taking this fight very seriously. Those who've witnessed his training camp describe him as laser-focused and intensely disciplined. Analysts have also pointed out his composed and alert demeanor during press events, a clear sign of a fighter locked in on his mission. For Davis, this bout isn't just about the payday, it's about pride, legacy, and opportunity. A victory over Jake Paul could catapult him into the mainstream spotlight and strengthen his appeal beyond traditional boxing audiences. Some observers even believe Davis sees this matchup as a strategic move to expand his global fan base. While critics write off the event as little more than a spectacle, Tank seems determined to prove he can balance entertainment with authenticity. His preparation reflects a fighter who wants to control the narrative, not be defined by it.
You can tell, you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's gonna get this money for sure, because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games, don't hit him in the back of the head, don't rabbit punch him, don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, Mike Tyson, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not going to have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games.
Floyd Mayweather has often reminded fans that Gervonta Davis is far more than just a knockout artist. According to Mayweather, Davis possesses elite boxing skills that go well beyond his raw punching power. Mayweather has repeatedly praised Davis as one of the hardest hitters in his division, acknowledging his devastating knockout ability. However, he's also cautioned that relying solely on power can be a dangerous, one-dimensional approach. True greatness, he insists, comes from mastering the finer details, defense, timing, footwork, and ring IQ.in fact. Mayweather has gone as far as to call Tank one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today.
Do he deserve to be in a pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in a pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in a pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Floyd Mayweather played a major role in shaping Gervonta Davis's early career during his time under Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather wasn't just a promoter, he also served as a mentor, offering insight on fight strategy, mental composure under pressure, and the business side of boxing. However, as the years went on, their relationship reportedly became strained, leading to their split in 2022. Despite the separation, Mayweather's influence on Davis's development remains undeniable.
You black, giving back. So I was working with, I got a fighter, one of the best fighters out there today, Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. I got it when he was young. I put him in a position. Now he's 3-time world champion.
The tension between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather runs deep, and it's no longer just about business. Once known for their close mentor-student bond, the relationship eventually turned sour. According to Davis, he often felt that Mayweather tried to maintain too much control, putting him in situations that limited both his earnings and independence. Davis suggested that his former mentor struggled to let others step into the spotlight. Over time, that dynamic reportedly created frustration and resentment on both sides, turning what was once a strong partnership into a tense rivalry.
Well, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight Benavidez? That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
He's next in line. He's next in line.
Is there like a brother? Yes.
The last question, guys. Is
there like a love-hate for Floyd? Or like
yeah,
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad. And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather's confidence sometimes crosses into ego, overshadowing the humility expected from a seasoned champion. In one instance, when a reporter referred to him as one of the greatest, Mayweather immediately corrected them, insisting he was the greatest ever. Observers argue that his relentless pursuit of legacy can sometimes blur the line between confidence and self-promotion, often coming at the expense of humility and perspective.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era, dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh, well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he could outbox him, or this. It's always excuses.
Bernard Hopkins didn't hold back when speaking about the influence of Mayweather Promotions on Gervonta Davis's career. In Hopkins' view, Davis wasn't limited by talent, but by the controlling shadow of Mayweather's influence. He suggested that Floyd's involvement often felt more restrictive than supportive, urging Tank to carve out his own identity and independence in the sport. Coming from a respected veteran like Hopkins, it was a powerful statement, one that underscored the potential risks of being guided by a mentor whose ego might outweigh genuine development.
Saying, hey, this is my career, you had yours, I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet, all that's great, but at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview, you seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not gonna let it affect me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then. And he said, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. This is
Trainer Greg Hackett recently voiced his frustration over the wave of criticism Gervonta Davis has been facing. He argued that in today's boxing world, fans and commentators seem to find fault in almost everything fighters do, often without understanding their personal circumstances. Hackett emphasized that if Davis chooses to face Jake Paul, that decision deserves respect. He pointed out that no one outside the ring truly knows what a fighter endures or what drives their career choices. According to Hackett, boxing fans should stop trying to dictate who a fighter must face and instead appreciate the discipline, sacrifice, and dedication it takes to perform at the elite level. His comments echo a growing frustration among trainers and athletes who believe that social media criticism has turned boxing discourse into a constant spectacle rather than a celebration of skill and hard work.
Do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. Everybody had their own mentors, their own pound for pounds, their own people they want to be like. If he want to be like that guy that y'all say is great and was one of the best ever, why can't he do it? If he make 50 to 100 million fighting Jake Paul, they'll be cool with it because they cool with you making money. That's what the fan bases are on now. They happy with you just making money being good. Back in our day, they won't be cool with that. You had to prove you was the best. They thought you fought because you wanted to be the best of the division or the best of your era. I want to be the best in my division. As a matter of fact, I want to be the best around my division. Not just in my division, even around my division, I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not the way to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag. So everybody is going for the bag.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has never shied away from voicing strong opinions about the changing landscape of boxing, and his criticism of Gervonta Davis's upcoming exhibition bout against Jake Paul is no exception. Malignaggi argues that matchups like this undermine the authenticity of the sport, claiming that knockouts lose their true meaning when they happen between unevenly matched opponents. He believes such events mislead casual viewers into thinking they're witnessing legitimate contests, ultimately diluting the essence of professional boxing. In a discussion with Chris Algieri, Malignaggi emphasized that while these fights may entertain the mainstream audience, they also blur the line between sport and spectacle, exposing a growing tension between boxing's rich tradition and its new era of entertainment-focused events.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face, yeah, they gonna have a field day. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean, that's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups, you know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny, you know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally, you know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. They're around. It's always gloves around. It's on you. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. but it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You like, why am I have to?
Boxing commentator Showbiz the Adult offered a more optimistic perspective on the upcoming exhibition bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul. While he initially expressed skepticism about Davis's size disadvantage, his opinion shifted after watching the press conference. Showbiz noted that Davis appeared calm, composed, and laser-focused, carrying himself like a true professional who fully understood the magnitude of the moment. He suggested that the fight could defy expectations, especially among those who believe Jake Paul's size and power will be overwhelming. According to Showbiz, Davis's technical precision, ring IQ, and poise under pressure might end up being the key factors that turn this matchup into a much closer contest than many anticipate.
Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a
Gervonta
degree,
Davis.
you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist,
current champions.
If he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way
Paulie,
we did
also,
when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know? The way they
Felix
did even when Mike
Trinidad
Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No,
and
because
Teddy
he
Atlas
fought
100%,
everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time fought.
Teddy Atlas will 100% agree with this
with the expense of
Witherspoon.
that
were afraid of
with
him.
the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract.
You could say the same thing about
who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when are you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something.
Eddie Hearn has been outspoken about Gervonta Davis's decision to face Jake Paul rather than pursue a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. or a unification fight with Shakur Stevenson. According to Hearn, Davis chose the path that offered greater financial reward with lower risk, estimating a $30 to $40 million payday for the Paul exhibition compared to a much smaller purse for the Roach rematch, which would have been a genuine 50-50 contest. Hearn argued that if Davis truly wanted to challenge himself, he would have taken on Shakur Stevenson, a matchup that would test both his skill and heart. Confident in his assessment, Hearn predicted that Stevenson would win such a fight, crediting his accuracy, patience, and exceptional boxing IQ as the keys to victory.
Listen, I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. I'm no cap. I know Tank wasn't saying much, fumbling over his words, seems bashful, but I'm looking, right? And I'm just like, bro, he doesn't feel that Jake Paul is an issue. Even though he said it, he doesn't feel like he has to whoop his ass. He doesn't feel threatened. That's the word. He doesn't feel threatened, but he does feel out of his element. I'm gonna be honest, man. It sounds like, I know everybody's looking at this press conference and it's like, number one, I know what y'all saying. It's a clown show. It's not real. Tank was paid off. It's fake. Cause Tank, when he was talking about Jake and JB, even I was like, what is he talking about?
He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley expressed strong confidence in Gervonta Davis, describing his upcoming bout with Jake Paul as an easy money opportunity. Bradley emphasized Davis's superior experience and technical skill, noting that Jake Paul has only faced a handful of professional opponents. He believes that Davis's speed, defense, and timing will quickly expose Paul's weaknesses inside the ring. According to Bradley, the only real danger for Davis lies in underestimating his opponent. His remarks reflect a broader trend in modern boxing where traditional athletic excellence meets celebrity-driven entertainment, a dynamic perfectly embodied by the Davis versus Paul showdown.
What would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta.
Yeah, slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happened. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.